You can just sit here, somebody is seeing you from the US and he says, I want a full mouth implant. I said, oh wow, great, please come in. He sees your website, he sees your rates, because this thing works for me. So I try to invest more. It's like a farmer reap, sow. Okay. See, in our digital marketing language, we have something called the blue ocean and the red. Now today, 25 years of practice, I've been ranking for at least 500.
Also, sir, as a newbie or a fresher dentist who's opening the clinic, how much of budget or how much of money they should allocate for digital marketing per month?
How much money they have to allocate? See, it depends on how much money he wants to make. Okay, it is a return of investment. There's no fancy figures, Prince. See, by digital marketing, you can get at least 10 times the amount. If you're investing 2,000 rupees, you can expect maximum 20,000 rupees. You cannot put in 2,000 and say, I'm going to get 2 lakh. Not possible. So we have to get the numbers correct and target the right audience. We cannot do what the neighbor is doing or what bigger people are doing. So that's a different thing. I've seen people who invest 6 lakhs. I've seen people who invest 600 rupees also. But they cannot get the returns like how a person who's investing 6 lakhs.
So you were talking about the corporate clinics and the bigger players. So there are third-party apps which I would not like to mention. So they pay a huge amount, and whenever a person searches, it's their clinic or their names will pop up first. So how can a fresher dentist compete with them in the digital marketing platform?
The third party people are playing a bigger game, okay, and that's a different platform. It's like playing the IPL, okay. See, in our digital marketing language, we have something called the blue ocean and the red ocean. I do not know if you're aware of that. See, blue ocean is a place where we have the dolphins and the safe waters, and we can just swim, is what we guys are doing, okay, and which is not bad. It is good. Okay. Red ocean is where the sharks are, the deeper, the bigger players and things like that. If you want to play that game, then you have to learn more about what do you say, standard operating procedures, systems, back end. There's a huge team behind the corporates. If we can have a huge back end team and a huge investment, yes, we can get into the red ocean. But for a fresher, if he wants to get in the blue ocean, I would recommend to read up a book. Okay, it's called The Blue Ocean Strategy, and it's an amazing book. Okay, it will teach you how to master it, and people who are doing the blue ocean also are doing amazingly well. The only thing is when they look at that, they say, "Oh, that also is good, and I want to be that." So it's not practically not possible. Let them play their game. We should be happy at the end, is what I say. So for a fresher, let him master his skills.
Sir, you've been into practice for more than 25 years, and I'm sure the evolution you must have witnessed from word of mouth to digital marketing. And I'm sure there are certain doctors from your era, they still stick on to the word of mouth. What prompted you to enter into this field, digital marketing?
Prince, 25 years, yes, 2004. It's an amazing journey, okay? And so when we started into like practice, into private practice, I didn't start by having my own clinic because when we just finish dentistry, we have to learn the skills of what all to do when we open a practice, and how to open a practice, what is the budgeting. We do not know anything. So somebody had suggested us work under somebody who is a senior lecturer or a senior professor in college. So we used to go and work with them and try to observe a lot of things of how to speak to a patient or how to actually the body language, everything, whatever, okay. So this was an amazing journey, but once when we opened our clinic, there was not much of digital marketing, or there was nothing. There was something called as Orkut, if I remember, like a social media platform, and we were not, we used to use that not for private practice. We use that to find friends and chat and chit chat. And the other place, yeah, the word of mouth was working during 2004, and till maybe 5 to 8 years of practice. And then we had this Just Dial coming up, and we had Ask Me service. We had so many things, and they had promised that we'll give you more clients, we will give you so many inquiries, things. So, but everything came at a cost, and during those days we just spent money doing a BDS and things like that. So we had to recover that money and had an education loan. So we have to pay up that loan. A lot of commitments. So in that time I couldn't afford digital marketing as such. So, and when my friends were investing, maybe during those times 1.5 lakh a year was what my friends were investing. So my clinical practice had stagnated. We were not doing more than 60,000 rupees a month or 75,000 rupees a month during those days. And I was already married, I had to meet ends. So so then somehow I found somebody who said, okay, come, I will do a website for you. So I was like, okay. He said, give me 20,000 or something like that during those days. And I had accumulated some money, give it to him. He got me this domain, and he got me a copy paste of a static website. I thought once you do a website, the customers are going to start flowing in, clinic and from everywhere. So that's how they try and tell us. And I waited one year, nothing happened. I called him up. He said, no, it will happen. It will happen, and nothing happened. He asked me to renew my domain and my hosting, and I did not have access to my domain. I was not the primary owner. So then I got frustrated, and what I did was one night. I just went to Google. I call her Google Akka. Okay, I asked how to learn digital marketing or how to get my online presence, and there were some of the answers which are given to me in forms of videos or some forums, some question answers, which was interesting and which was free. It was free, basically it was free. So, I tried to just get into one of those platforms and try to do a website for myself, and it was easy. It was not so difficult, but it was something like that. And then I got some content, did something, and then waited for a year. Prince, I got one inquiry. One inquiry. I said, oh wow, I got one inquiry through my website. How did it happen? So then I had accumulated some money during that time. And then I said, okay, I will put this money to learn something. So I started investing on courses. I learned from different people. I learned Google My Business from somebody. I learned website designing from somebody. The journey had me learning so many things from Neil Patel to because this thing works for me. So I try to invest more. It's like a farmer, reap, sow. So this thing multiplied, and I started growing where I started ranking for a lot of keywords and so many things. And now today, 25 years of practice, I've been ranking for at least 500 keywords, organic. And now what happened is, now whatever, and then I went to my friends, I told them, hey Machan, see, this thing works, and they said, all bullshit, bakwas, this doesn't work, what doesn't work, or this is for the corporate people, not for small people like us. It doesn't work. Okay, in case if I put 10,000, will I get 1 lakh? Or you try working free for me for 2-3 months. I will see if this thing works, and then I'll give you money. So then I said, okay, let's not get into that. So I started learning more, and now I'm learning automation, which is something different. AI is in. There's a lot of things. It works for me. So whoever likes to learn a lot of information and believes in this, it should get into your belief system, basically. If you feel it doesn't work, don't get into it. For something to work, you need to believe. If you believe, do it. There are a lot of mentors, a lot of people. I can help you into so many right people who can help you, mentor you, and show you the value for money. Okay, so but don't do everything, do one at a time. Okay, I will tell you how to do Google My Business, how to do a website, you know, or you yourself can do it. Only thing, it requires a lot of time. I took 7 to 10 years doing this, lost a lot of sleep, a lot of fights with my wife to be awake in the night with my lights on, you know, working on my laptop and things like that. But today the returns are amazing. You know, so there is a lot of things, you know, once we are in our comfort zone, okay, it's the same thing, we do not grow. But what I feel is, when we are in a business, we are doing something which we are trying to sell services, is what I would look at. We have to get into the uncomfortable zone. Okay, for that we have to get into a learning zone. When you get in the learning zone, after you learn, there's something called as a growth zone. And growth zone is beautiful. You can just sit here, somebody is seeing you from the US and he says, I want a full mouth implant. I said, oh wow, great, please come in. He sees your website, he sees your rates, he knows your reviews. Don't buy reviews, okay, it's bad. Okay, so be genuine, whatever you are here, show it on the website or whatever for that matter. So, you know, in my 25 years of journey, I've seen failures, I've seen many things. I have changed my website logo. You know, there are a lot of things that change, because we cannot just copy somebody's logo and put it up into our website. We have to be something unique, our USP. So, you know, Dr. Prince is in Kasturi Nagar. So, you know, this is what we can have: only one Dr. Prince in Kasturi Nagar who does root canal. So, there's something unique about you, where people who are searching only for root canals in Kasturi Nagar will come to you. So, you know, there are many. So, don't do something broad, is what I say. Get your niche properly, your USP properly. So 25 years I was doing something broad, and then when I filtered of people whom I don't want, and only when I want. So what happens at the end of the day is, you become a big fish in a small pond. That's beautiful.
As a newbie or a fresher, if one wants to learn digital marketing, how much of time or and amount should he or she invest?
As a newbie, as a dental fresher, in case if he wants to do his own marketing or anything, I don't think so he has to invest in anything, because the only thing is what I would suggest as a fresher, as a fresher, is he should have the right mindset, the tool set and the skill set. So he needs to be clear in what exactly he wants, the end result, the visual end goal. Okay, I am doing this for what? What is the purpose I'm trying to do? I'm trying to do digital marketing for myself. I'm trying to brand me or my clinic. What is it I'm trying to brand? If it is, I'm going to brand me, what are the platforms? Where is my audience? Because if he is going to do the marketing for his dental clinic, it's going to be a B2C. So he has to be clear in what he has to learn. He can't learn everything. Okay, or you know, in case if it's an MDS person, he is going to be a consultant. So he has to learn only about LinkedIn and the different other places, where the directories where he can register himself for the prospects of whatever he's looking for. So the visual end goal should be very clear. In case if he's doing a digital marketing like how I do, I can do for everybody, but for that I've invested 7 to 10 years and a lot of money, yes, but this is continuous, this is an ongoing process, it never ends. Today you'll have a new algorithm, you'll have something happening in Google which you have to keep on updating yourself. It's like your endo, tomorrow you might have something else new which you have to attend conferences and things like that. So once you stop, you cannot stop, and once you start, you cannot stop. So for a newbie, what I would suggest is, what he or she can do is, in case if they are opening a clinic, let them learn about something called as Google My Business. Who will teach them Google My Business? They can go and follow a guy called Mindsaw. I think it's correct. Okay. He would teach you in and out about Google My Business, because it's not only registering yourself on Google, he would teach you how to optimize it. Nobody would do that. Okay. Websites, there are different other people who are going to teach you, but I would suggest that, there's a book called One Page Marketing System. No, One Page Marketing Plan. Correct. Okay. So if you read that book on Audible or anything, it's beautiful. They would teach them, in just one page, how you can market yourself. Or once you know these two things, you can get the right person who do that for you, and you can do your practice. You can just practice, outsource it to somebody who knows whatever you have learned, and continue, because nobody can do sales, marketing and operations together. Nobody can do that, because and all these three things should happen consistently. All these things. If you as a dentist are doing marketing, who is going to do the sales? When you jumping from sales, from marketing to sales, who is doing the procedure part of us? Who is doing the operations? So you be jumping like a one-man army, where most of the dentists, when I was confused, and I met about 150, 200 doctors to see how was this guy handling his clinic. So what I understood is they have separate departments, separate systems for everything to handle, and they just do the admin part, make their money, and what they do is they have a very good marketing person, very good salesperson. The operations are handled by consultants, and it's done. They are good in admin, and they also have to know, all dentists also have to know HR, accounts, is all the departments, whether it's a small business, it's a big business. You only ask me about what all they have to learn in digital marketing. I would tell them they have to know all 5 departments. 5 departments to run a successful practice. And where they can get all the 5 departments, I'll tell you. Like a practitioner with less number of patients, he will hope that these 5 people will go and speak to 10 different people. So for him, word of mouth works as a. I think virtual assistant is already there. We have a virtual reception. Your word of mouth, the word of mouth, like the person will speak to 5 people, but your reviews will speak to thousands of people, 24 of them. They have to know all 5 departments. 5 departments to run a successful practice.